This is CBC Winnipeg News.
The whole roof peeled off and they just lifted up and just like shoom.
Fierce winds and dust wreak havoc around the province, tossing and toppling trees and power lines, leaving a wake of destruction. Good evening. Thanks for joining us. High winds battered parts of the province, the storm whipping up dust and dirt, downing trees and damaging property. At times, it made it not only difficult to see, but to breathe. An ominous-looking sky and fierce winds that left some people picking up the pieces of their homes. CBC's Chelsea Kemp begins our coverage this evening.
An apocalyptic scene. Gusting winds driving a fierce dust storm, blotting out the sun and creating near zero visibility on highways south of Brandon. Wind so strong, this giant SO sign came crashing down near the Trans-Canada Highway. Trees uprooted, power lines damaged, leaving dozens of communities without hydro. Darren Sharon is still picking up the pieces from his home near Russell. He says the storm sent his roof flying in the air.
I watched the whole roof peel off, lift up, everything lifted up from there, all the insulation, all the boards or whatever, those baffle things or whatever, and they just lifted up and just like shoom.
In places across southern Manitoba, wind gusts reached as high as 119 kilometers per hour and prompted a dust storm warning from Environment Canada. That hasn't happened in at least 25 years. Melissa Atchison ranches near Pipestone. She says the storm roared through her area, causing a blackout and creating a pile of infrastructure issues.
The shelters, buildings, and then fencing with trees falling on fences. You worry about cattle being out. And then a really primary concern once this dry and warm and windy is definitely fires.
Souris Mayor Dwayne Davison says things could have been a lot worse, praising firefighters for helping contain grass fires across the region.
They're kind of, unsung heroes in a lot of these things, but they took care of it. I know our guys were in Wawanesa helping out, and apparently Wawanesa was somewhere else helping out. And I haven't heard anything real bad happening, but it sure could have gone sideways with that wind. Jake Eyre farms near Minto. He lost power during the storm. He says equipment has been impacted by debris, and a lot of topsoil has been blown away.
We had some damage there from the wind shear. Luckily, their growing point is still below ground at this point. So, I'm hoping they will regrow, but honestly, it's not something I've ever had to deal with in my life. So it's new territory for me, but I would imagine there'll be some reseeding.
Here in Brandon, the damage has been minimal, with about 30 trees reported down. It was also the first downtown cruise night of the summer, and Car Club president Dave Burba says they've never seen winds this powerful.
All our barricades blew over. It was terrible. Our banners, 2 of them got ripped up really good. So yeah, it caused a little havoc.
For now, everyone is holding their breath, waiting to see if the worst is over. Then they can start cleaning up. Chelsea Kemp, CBC News, Brandon.
Well, along with damage, the severe winds left many without power. Strong winds uprooted trees around the city, some taking out fences and landing on cars. Manitoba Hydro says it led to roughly 260 individual outages across the province, affecting some 6,000 customers. It says strong winds are expected for much of the day still, and it does expect more outages. In many cases, outages were of course caused by trees or branches falling on those power lines. All right, let's bring in Riley Lachuk now. And Riley, was certainly a scene outside yesterday for people that were looking outside.
Yeah, it almost looked like this time last year when we were dealing with the wildfire smoke in parts of southern Manitoba, blocking out the sun. This picture from Rosemary on Princess Street last night in Winnipeg. And you can see how much the dust blocked the sun across southern Manitoba last night. Here's another shot from downtown Winnipeg. Kristen sending this picture into us as well. So we had sort of the perfect storm, if you will, an unseasonably strong area of low pressure, some very strong winds, and some very loose topsoil, not just across southern Manitoba where it's been dry, but through parts of Minnesota and Montana and North Dakota, really pulling some of that up into the atmosphere like kind of a net and pushing it across southern Saskatchewan and Manitoba. So looking at some of the numbers, 119 kilometer-an-hour gusts reported in Deloraine, Minto. This is where they were dealing with that grass fire near Elgin last night, 113 kilometers an hour. Glenboro, Shiloh, Ninette, Treeherne also in that 100 kilometer an hour club as we got through the night last night. In Winnipeg, closer to 87 kilometers an hour in terms of that wind gust. So some very strong winds through the province, even through the evening last night, and things haven't let up all that much through the day today. Still looking at gusts up to 91 kilometers an hour in Brandon through the afternoon hours, closer to 50s and 60s through parts of the Red River Valley. Still a very windy day, and parts of the Red River Valley along the international border still dealing with some of that dust, Brittany, as this wind warning remains in place for a good chunk of southwestern Manitoba. Your long weekend forecast just ahead.
All right, thanks, Riley.
You're welcome.
Well, if you feel like you haven't been able to enjoy a patio yet this spring, you're not alone. Crisp, cool, and now windy weather has kept many diners eating indoors. The CBC's Alana Cole spoke with 2 Winnipeg restaurants who say they're feeling that impact.
Okay, ready to fire.
The pizza's hot at Tommy's Pizzeria on Corden, but the patio's not. A cool start to spring means a slow start to the outdoor dining season.
We rely on our patio season in Winnipeg. It's very short. Our winters are really long and our business gets cut in half or even worse. So we really rely on our summer to retain enough money to get through the winter.
Owner Tommy Schneider says their patio season typically gets going around the end of April, but they've only had around 3 busy patio days so far this year. Schneider says while he's already training extra people for summer, bad weather affects how many shifts he has available for staff.
I don't like when that happens. I want them to be working. I need them to have money in their pocket too.
This week, Winnipeggers have been facing high winds. The May-long weekend has cool temperatures and some wet weather in the forecast. At Promenade Brasserie, the spring-summer menu has rolled out, but owner Jay Lekapoy is still waiting on some warmer weather to get people on the patio. He's been trying to open his for the last 3 or 4 weeks.
The first 2 weeks I tried, there was snow greeting me, and the last couple of weeks it's kind of, okay, we'll clean it off again and get the dust gone, and yeah, it's been a bit of an uphill battle.
Lekapoy says patio season leads to a bump in business.
Going into summer, we usually will hire a little bit, knowing that, right, the tourism's going to start and the patio's going to be open, right? It increases our capacity by, 30% at least. And, we want people to be rewarded with that and, have the business to meet them when they show up for their shift.
This weekend, he'll have the patio set up and hopes he can use it. Over at Tommy's,
People love a patio, especially in Winnipeg, and I want to give the people what they want.
Schneider says he's hoping to see things turn around. Alana Cole, CBC News, Winnipeg.
Well, May-long weekend is the start of camping season at provincial parks, but snow and bad weather has caused some in northern Manitoba to stay closed this weekend. CBC's Eric Westhaver reports.
This isn't what campers wanted to see for the unofficial start of summer, but it's what Friday looked like at Baker's Narrows Provincial Park. It's why this and other northern parks will open later than normal this year. Randy Whitbread planned to set up his seasonal campsite at Baker's Narrows until he got a message from Manitoba Parks saying it's still closed for 2 more weeks.
It's disappointing for a lot of people they're looking forward to getting out there. I mean, I personally am looking forward to getting out there camping, but another week, I just hope it doesn't turn out like last year.
Usually on May-long weekend, people in northern parks would be doing this, sitting, reading a book, maybe hanging out by the campfire, listening to some music. That's not happening this weekend. And if you want to know why, well, look around. Campgrounds at Clearwater Lake Provincial Park near the Paw and at North Steep Rock Lake will open next week. Campers at Paint Lake, Wekusko Falls, Grass River, and Baker's Narrows Provincial Parks will wait longer. until at least May 29th. Elizabeth Ostrop from Manitoba Parks says it's taken time to get campgrounds up and ready.
There was too much snow on the ground in some of the parks for it to actually, for us to open it. We have to allow for people to be able to get onto the campsite.
Whitbread says since the last 2 summers here have been disrupted by fire, a little cold is fine by him.
We've had 2 bad springs with fires in May 2 years in a row because the snow went so fast. Let it soak in and hopefully we can avoid fires this season and get to enjoy the whole summer.
Ostrop says unless something unexpected happens, all parks should be open by June 1st. Now, if anyone needs me, I'll be waiting for the snow to melt. Eric Westaver, CBC News, Baker's Narrows Provincial Park.
Well, 2 teens arrested for a string of shooting incidents, but why police say a water gun game played by students shortly held up the investigation. We'll have more on that straight ahead. Stay with us. drug paraphernalia, a metal pipe, and a butane torch. Those are just a few of the items people have tried to bring into a Steinbach library in the past year. Safety incidents have spiked, and while some temporary security measures are working, as CBC's Jerome McElraith reports, staff are hoping the city will help with more permanent solutions.
Aubrey Walker wants her library to be a safe space, but a recent slew of safety incidents means the Jake Epp Library needed temporary security measures. Locking the bathrooms and bag checks worked, but now Walker wants a long-term solution: security cameras.
Many libraries are finding themselves in positions of doing jobs that aren't really in the realm of what they've been trained for, hired for, or are often being paid for as a front circulation clerk. They don't have security training, they don't have mental health crisis training.
Library staff wrote up more than 70 incident reports between January 2025 and April 2026. More than a third happened this March. Walker hopes provincial funding could help them cover the cost of the cameras. Steinbach Mayor Earl Funk told CBC News the province is providing the city $200,000 for community safety.
We need to know the parameters of this money, and then from there we can go, okay, this is what we can do. Okay, now the library board meets, gives us projects, and then we can go from there.
Steinbach is not alone. The director of the Manitoba Library Association says libraries across the province are experiencing similar issues.
I think it's important to listen to the staff and what the staff need. I think municipalities really need to, and councils really need to have those conversations and give the libraries the tools they need to ensure safety for everybody.
Meanwhile, Walker says as Steinbach grows, it's not surprising the library is seeing a rise in incidents.
It's not in and of itself alarming. It just makes you realize that there's a need for other services in the town that can address some of these needs, because we can't be everything to everyone as a library.
Walker says the library has a meeting with Steinbach City Council later this year. She's hopeful the city will help with long-term solutions. Jerome McElraith, CBC News, Steinbach.
Peter Nygard will remain behind bars. His sexual assault convictions upheld. The ruling comes from the Ontario Court of Appeal. The 84-year-old was convicted of 4 counts of sexual assault in 2023, stemming from allegations dating back to the 80s. He was sentenced to 11 years in prison. Nygard's appeal argued his sentence is excessive and the trial judge made several errors in law. But the court dismissed the appeal, saying the judge did not err in permitting evidence, adding they found no basis to interfere with the sentence. Winnipeg police are putting out a warning after the senior assassin water gun game complicated an actual shooting investigation. This week, 2 teens were arrested after several shots were fired around the West End, but not before an uninvolved teenager confused officers with a toy gun. The CBC's Matt Humphrey explains.
Winnipeg police flooded the West End neighborhood Tuesday morning after reports of shots fired. 9mm rounds were shot into a home on Beverly Street.
One of the rounds entered the residence and lodged itself into the kitchen wall. However, no one was injured.
Officers say in the following hours, more shots were fired into the air on neighboring streets. A drone unit, the K9 unit, even a tactical team were all sent in, all on the lookout for teenagers with a gun. But then officers encountered something they didn't expect.
Responding officers encountered a youth carrying a water gun and was participating in the senior assassin game.
The game, popular across the world, involves high school graduates shooting each other with water or Nerf guns, but it's prompted warnings from many police detachments.
We realize we're not going to stop high schoolers and graduating classes from getting involved in this game. We do advise against it.
Police say the teenager with the water gun was playing the game, hiding behind a tree in Winnipeg's West End.
It becomes a possibly dangerous situation for not only for the police officers, but obviously for the young adult that was playing the game.
Police say 3D printed guns have become so advanced, officers can't take any chances.
There are real guns that look like toys, that are being made to look like toys. So for us, we can't assume that a gun is a water gun. We have to treat it as a firearm.
Officers say they quickly determined the water gun was not a threat, but it did complicate matters. More shots were fired, police say, on Wednesday morning. Then, two 17-year-olds who had an actual 9mm handgun were arrested and are in police custody. Matt Humphrey, CBC News, Winnipeg.
Riley, back in and stepping outside yesterday, it really felt like we were in wildfire season, like last summer with that smoke and everything like that. And so many people saying they don't remember ever seeing something like this, the dust storm before.
These are quite rare in southern Manitoba and even into southern Saskatchewan, Brittany. I did look back into the archives and I did find some video from what I think is the last one that we saw close to Winnipeg. That was this here on May 17th of 1984. So over 40 years ago now, almost 42 years to the day this happening. And this is where we saw sustained winds that weren't as strong as they were yesterday in Manitoba, but were still going at such a clip and for a prolonged amount of time that we saw reduced visibility on highways and roadways, and we saw that layer of topsoil being pulled up into the atmosphere. This is the Trans-Canada Highway between Portage La Prairie and Winnipeg, where on this day at least visibility was being reported as reduced. So certainly it does happen. Not often, but like I was saying earlier, we got into the perfect recipe for this with the dry conditions we've had, that dry layer of topsoil, not just in Manitoba, but into Saskatchewan and parts of the U.S., and those very strong winds to help elevate that and push it along downwind as we got through the day yesterday, and we're still feeling the effects of that today. So looking at satellite and radar, that area of low pressure now off into far northern parts of Ontario, cold front dragging along behind that. That's cool temperatures further north. Thompson starting as light rain precipitation early this morning, transitioning over to freezing rain and light snow through the day. And at last check that had stopped for the most part, but temperatures have been falling in the wake of that as we've progressed through the day today. Over the rest of the southern part of the province, where we have seen some of the clearer skies, at least on satellite and radar, this is where we have those remaining wind and blowing dust storm warnings remaining in place. Those should drop by the time we get into the overnight hours. We will see the winds lightening up as we get through the night into the day on Saturday. So the wind will be a lot less strong as we get into Saturday. Still might be breezy at times, but not as strong as it was yesterday. So as this front and that low push eastward, we do get into a bit of a break, a mix of sun and clouds as we get through the day tomorrow. Tomorrow, a better day for the long weekend across the province because there is another system making its way in from the States. This one, instead of the wind, actually carrying a lot more moisture, which is something we need across most of southern Manitoba. We'll take it even if it's on the May long weekend, right? So this starts to push into the province as we get into the morning hours on Sunday. Temperatures, particularly in some of the higher elevations, close to freezing. This could mean some of this mixing or some wet flurries that likely will melt on contact, but the rest of the south getting a good shot of rain, and the forecast models have been coming into somewhat alignment today that this is likely a Saturday or a Sunday afternoon into early Monday event across southern Manitoba. Nothing major in terms of accumulations, more like 5 to 10 millimeters as we get through the weekend, but at this point, we'll really take what we can get accumulation-wise. You're looking at some of that pushing in as we get into early Monday morning here. As for temperatures, starting out very cool for this time of the year, Brittany, single digits in Winnipeg. I'll have your 7-day forecast still ahead.
Thank you, Riley.
You're welcome.
All right, well, here's another look at that eerie sky over Winnipeg last night as all that dust pushed into the city. More straight ahead. With the wind and dry conditions, it might seem crazy to deliberately set fires outside, but that's exactly what they've been doing for weeks in Riding Mountain National Park. They're called prescribed burns, and Parks Canada says they're a safe and crucial way to save the forest and grassland. CBC's Michelle McDougall explains.
A bird's eye view of the grass fires burning in Riding Mountain National Park. These aren't wildfires, they're set on purpose. Prescribed fires like these reduce the risk of a high-intensity wildfire and preserve native trees and plants. The park's Scott Breyer says they start by burning a ring or a fire guard.
So we burn the guards while there's still snow in the bush, and at that point the forest isn't available for burning, but the grasslands are, so we burn those grasslands off, and then we have to wait until the forest gets snow-free and then dries out to the right level for our prescription.
Parks Canada crews set the fires and monitor them with care and attention, and in Riding Mountain, it's to save the fescue grasslands, an endangered ecosystem. The grassland is only a fraction of the park's 3,000 square kilometers, but Breyer says it's important to save.
If we can figure out a way to make that grow and increase them to what they were 100 years ago, that would be great. So that's part of what we're doing right now, is trying to make sure that those are maintained and expanded.
So far, crews have burned about 1,700 hectares of grassland. A new area is burned every year. Parks Canada's ecologists and resource conservation team decide where. Melanie Robinson says crews create a mosaic across the landscape, which is what happens when nature takes charge.
Like most ecosystems, especially a fescue grassland, it's used to having fire. It's a natural disturbance that's been on the landscape, so it will grow back. It always grows back, and especially when you do it under the controlled parameters.
Once all the grass fires are out, comes the next phase, to burn brush away from the spruce, pine, tamarack, and trembling aspens. Michelle McDougall, CBC News, Riding Mountain National Park.
People lined the second floor of Polo Park this morning for the opening of Manitoba's first ever Uniqlo store. Fans of the Japanese retailer got up bright and early to get their hands on exclusive items featuring familiar local faces. There's also hope other retailers in the mall can benefit from the traffic the store is expected to bring. CBC's Gavin Axelrod has more.
About $445 that way.
Oh, yes. Yeah. We're getting a tote bag.
Okay, and if you guys just don't mind staying there, and we're gonna stick as close as possible to the handrail, and we're not gonna block any halt passageway. Thank you so much.
The line went on and on and on. All these people came to Polo Park for the opening of Manitoba's first ever Uniqlo store. These shoppers came as early as 5:45 in the morning.
It was nice not to have it just in Japan or in Edmonton or Toronto.
Yeah, it was time. It's finally time for Uniqlo here.
Others came prepared.
Uniqlo wouldn't open till 10, so 2 hours. We're students, we want to study and just not worry about having a stand. So.
Those who showed up early were rewarded with free swag. They also had the first chance to get their hands on exclusive collabs of merch featuring Guns Bakery and Little Sister Coffee Maker.
I used to live right by Little Sister Coffee, used to go there every morning, and Guns Bakery is just iconic here. So.
By the time we spoke to the mall's general manager, the crowd grew.
Right now, there's over 1,200 people got in line for Uniqlo's opening this morning.
This is definitely the largest opening we've had.
With affordable basics, graphic shirts, and more, Peter Havens hopes the appeal of the Japanese clothing chain benefits other stores. Uniqlo's opening comes almost a year after the mall lost its anchor tenant, the Bay. Havens says they're still looking to fill the space and are happy to bring in new options in the meantime.
It helps bring traffic to the entire shopping center, and nobody likes to see an empty door and in a hoarding when they walk by. It's nice to see something vibrant and active.
Winnipeg's mayor says he's excited about the jobs the store creates.
Already they're employing 62 people. Right? These are local jobs, international company, but employing local jobs.
Uniqlo plans to keep growing in Winnipeg. Another store is set to open in St. Vital Centre before the end of the year. Gavin Axelrod, CBC News, Winnipeg.
If your eyes have watered over the cost of tickets for concerts and events, you might be interested in Ontario's latest attempt to crack down on ticket scalpers and resale websites. The province banned reselling tickets above face value last month, but some platforms still openly list tickets well above their original costs. Nisha Patel reports.
Pop superstar Bruno Mars takes the stage in Toronto next week, and tickets are steep. Many are listed above face value on resale sites, despite Ontario's new law capping resale prices at the original ticket cost.
They better change fairly quickly because that's not in the spirit of what we are doing with respect to our legislation.
Ticketmaster seems to be complying with the rules, but CBC News found some tickets on StubHub that appeared to be violating the price cap. Now the provincial government is planning a crackdown, starting with inspections of the major ticket resellers.
As time moves on, and if we don't see any changes with certain companies, they will be talked to and fined.
Those penalties could range from $3,000 to $250,000. StubHub insists it's following the law.
We'd remove any ticket that's in breach, and if we're notified immediately of a specific listing, we'd investigate and suspend the listing.
StubHub says it currently has no way to verify face value prices for tickets purchased from a different site, adding that the company will need some clarity on how the new law will work.
Because it's a new law and because it's been, I suppose, drafted and implemented through the budgetary process quite quickly, I think there's a lot of uncertainty.
Some ticket pricing experts say people will always find a way to resell their tickets for what the market will pay, and regulators should go even further to discourage price gouging.
The real solution is to have non-transferable tickets for these stop events. So there would be no brokers anymore, because you cannot resell a ticket because the identity is unique.
A major test for Ontario's new price cap law is coming up as the FIFA World Cup lands in Toronto next month. Some tickets for those games have been listed for resale well above face value. Nisha Patel, CBC News, Toronto.
U.S. President Donald Trump has wrapped up his summit with Chinese leader Xi Jinping. The meeting had spectacle and signs of camaraderie, but did it have a winner? The CBC's Aaron Collins reports on the issues raised and whether concessions or promises were made.
From the beginning, Donald Trump's visit to China full of ceremony. Beyond the pomp surrounding the two-day summit, the president was full of praise for Xi Jinping.
You're a great leader. I say it to everybody. You're a great leader. Sometimes people don't like me saying it, but I say it anyway because it's true. I only say the truth.
But while the vibes may have been positive, few concrete agreements emerged. On Iran, both leaders say the Strait of Hormuz should be fully open. No surprise there. China gets more than a third of its oil via the vital shipping route, and the U.S. needs it open to bring down global energy prices currently pinching American consumers at the pumps. But no commitments from China on actually making it happen.
I'm not asking for any favors, because when you ask for favors, you have to do favors in return. We don't need favors. We've wiped out their armed forces.
For China, it's Taiwan that appeared top of mind at the talks. China's leader warning that mishandling that issue could lead to conflict. Support for Taiwan, long a clear objective of U.S. foreign policy, but asked if he would use force to defend Taiwan from China, Trump was less clear.
I don't want to say it. I'm not going to say that. There's only one person that knows that. You know who it is? Me. I'm the only person. That question was asked to me today by President Xi. I said, I don't talk about that.
Also unclear the future of a $14 billion deal to sell arms to Taiwan. The president saying he hadn't decided yet if he'll go forward with it. The president did say he closed deals to sell hundreds of Boeing jets to China and get more access to China for American agriculture producers too. But on the bigger questions confronting the two superpowers, less clarity, meaning they'll all likely come up again when the two leaders meet in the fall. Aaron Collins, CBC News, Washington.
Africa's top health agency has declared an Ebola outbreak in the Democratic Republic of Congo. At least 65 people have died from the viral disease and 245 suspected cases have been reported. This is the country's 17th recorded outbreak of Ebola. There's no proven cure, and while the disease is rare, it is highly contagious and often fatal. Tests will determine the virus strain and whether approved vaccines could be effective. It's official. Prime Minister Mark Carney and Alberta Premier Danielle Smith have signed a new carbon pricing deal. The result could be the construction of a pipeline to the West Coast as early as fall 2027. David Thurton has the details.
A scene hard to imagine. A Conservative Albertan premier, a Liberal Prime Minister, together on the same stage, advancing a potential pipeline and Canada's most important climate policy.
These milestones bring us significantly closer to building a West Coast pipeline, expanding our access to global markets, and creating jobs and prosperity here in Alberta and across Canada.
The agreement commits to these potential timelines. July 1st, a pipeline application gets submitted. October 1st, it's eligible to be fast-tracked under law. September 1st, 2027, shovels go into the ground. All of this was helped in part by an agreement on another sticking point.
Today, as you've just heard, Canada and Alberta have agreed to create markets that deliver an effective carbon price.
Both sides agreed to raise the actual carbon price big polluters pay, from the lows of $20 per ton to $140 by 2040.
This is Canada working. This is Canada and Alberta working together.
As for a pipeline, a number of issues still need to be resolved, including finding a private sector builder and resolving issues that the BC government and First Nations have. David Thurton, CBC News, Ottawa.
Why some classrooms could soon be playing video games for a purpose, and how Indigenous language is playing a role. Did you know that NHL pucks have a Canadian connection? Hockey pucks produced for the Stanley Cup playoffs, the NHL and other major leagues around the world are made by 2 Quebec companies. Natalia Weichsel has that story.
Every time the Montreal Canadiens hit the ice, they're carrying a little piece of Quebec with them. Official pucks for the National Hockey League are produced by 2 homegrown companies, Soucy Baron and in Glasgow.
Some of the hockey players that are playing for the Habs right now don't necessarily know that they're playing with a made in Canada puck.
The suppliers also provide pucks for leagues across the world, including the Professional Women's Hockey League. It all starts at a rubber manufacturing factory in Saint-Jérôme, just north of Montreal. Raw ingredients are mixed together and then carefully molded into individual discs. Those blank pucks are then shipped to Sherbrooke, Quebec, where the official logos are carefully printed on.
So you're seeing the cleaned raw pucks basically going onto the silkscreen machine.
NHL teams can go through dozens of pucks in a single game, so the printing process has to go fast, especially during the playoffs. Logos need to be updated every time a team is eliminated.
We can run probably 12 to 1,500 pucks in an hour. So we are shipping constantly, and during this time of year, we have more than one shift.
For the team in Sherbrooke, it's a sense of pride knowing their product is being used by Canada's favorite team.
Honestly, it's just exciting to see that a puck made in Sherbrooke is hitting the ice every Stanley Cup playoffs, every game.
For the Habs, knowing their equipment is made in Canada makes them proud too.
It's just another part of history, you know, being from Quebec and the roots and how passionate all the fans are, so I think that's pretty cool.
From factory floors in Quebec, these pucks are then shipped out to arenas across the continent. A reminder that Canada's game is also made in Canada. Natalia Weichsel, CBC News, Montreal.
Well, as Canadian regions brace for the wildfire season, latest forecasts suggest a developing El Nino may evolve into a supercharged weather event, spelling potential hot and dry conditions to come for parts of Canada. The CBC's Caroline Bargout has more.
The world is in for an El Nino event, driven by warmer than average waters in the Pacific Ocean. This year, that global weather pattern could be more severe than normal, something meteorologists call a super El Nino.
We are saying that the El Nino is likely to happen, and this event will be strong.
That means some countries will see severe flooding, while others will be hit with hotter heat waves and even drier droughts. El Ninos happen every 2 to 7 years. In Canada, that will likely mean above average winter temperatures. In British Columbia, areas like this lake in the interior are already under special management due to low snowpack and persistent dry conditions. A super El Nino would be the first in a decade, and a new report has a warning about forests in Canada, the US, Australia, and the Amazon.
The likelihood of harmful extreme fires potentially could be the highest we've seen in recent history if a strong El Nino does develop.
There has already been a record-breaking start to the global fire season. More than 150 million hectares burned worldwide between January and April. But experts say El Nino is not the reason to freak out.
El Nino is a natural phenomenon. It comes and goes. Climate change, on the contrast, gets worse and worse and worse as long as we do not stop burning fossil fuels.
Scientists say adding El Nino on top of an already warming world will likely result in 2027 being a record-breaking year, and maybe even 2026 too.
It is now no longer possible to just say, oh, you know, this is just something that the scientists worry about. It doesn't affect normal people. It's affecting normal people, and it's affecting them all over the world.
The El Nino is forecasted to develop in the summer and intensify late fall. Whether it will turn into a super El Nino is yet to be seen. Caroline Bargout, CBC News, Vancouver.
Super El Ninos, dust storms. It feels like it's been a lot this week for weather, for news, for everything. Going into the long weekend, everybody, I feel like, just needs some time to relax.
Yeah, and there'll be plenty of that in the south because we are looking at rain pushing in as we get through Sunday into Monday. Good time for a cat nap.
Yeah, why not?
With Feline Friday to help you palate cleanse our way into the long weekend here. You know who is really hoping for some spring weather? Juju. Thank you, Emily and Marge, for sending this picture, and I've got one more for you. This is Bowie from Angela. Both look like they're having just the time of their lives, getting up to not much, like I'll be doing this long weekend. And you know what? With the week that we've had with the weather in southern and northern Manitoba, really across the province, I really hope that I get my inbox flooded with some happy puppy pictures as we get through the long weekend here. So please send me yours to talkback@cbc.ca. I'm really looking forward to them after the week that we've had here. 11 degrees in Winnipeg into the afternoon. Below seasonal once again as we get back into that northwesterly flow, but we'll get back into somewhat of a brighter pattern temporarily as we get through the day on Saturday. This view a lot clearer than it looked as we got through the day yesterday. 16 degrees, mainly sunny skies in Winnipeg right now. That northwest wind starting to back off. We have seen those gusts start to back down to about 50 kilometers an hour. That is all good news because we are looking at things starting to calm down out there. So temperatures right now, 16 in Winnipeg, 15 in Brandon. And you can see where that northwesterly flow behind that cold front has dropped temperatures, -1 in Thompson and the Pas, -3 in Gillam. Still dealing with some of these weather watches and warnings. A special weather statement into northwestern Ontario could see some gusts up to 50 kilometers an hour, up to 80 kilometers an hour rather, as we get into the evening tonight. Wind warning still in place for parts of Westman and south central Manitoba, and that dust storm warning through parts of the Red River Valley. And I think we're on the very tail end of some of these warnings in place in northern Manitoba with the freezing rain and the winter storm warning for northeastern parts of the province as the system works its way out into northern Ontario. Temperatures overnight close to freezing overnight in southwestern Manitoba. The wind's still going fairly strong, but will start to die down as we get through the night, and below zero with a few lingering flurries into parts of northern Manitoba. We're stuck in the cloud cover for most of the north as we get through the day, but we'll start to get a bit of sunshine back as we get later in the day. So more like peaks of sunshine through the late afternoon for Flin Flon, Lynn Lake into Thompson. Temperatures around 4 degrees tomorrow afternoon. And in the south, as this front kind of pushes out, maybe some residual flurries or some rain as we get through the early morning tomorrow. Mix of sun and clouds by the time we get to the afternoon. Looking at 14 in Melita, Brittany, and temperatures around 10 degrees in the Red River Valley. You're welcome.
In classrooms across Manitoba, students may soon be learning Anishinaabe-Moan in an unexpected place, inside a video game. A new project called Turtle Island Trials uses the world of Fortnite to teach Indigenous language and culture through quests, challenges, and storytelling. CBC's Jim Agapito got a look.
We applied for a grant to teach Anishinaabe-Moan in Fortnite. Pretty crazy idea. And the government of Canada accepted and told us, yep, here you go, and you've got 2 years to develop this. And then the next thing we had to do is take the narrative and our script and get it validated and verified by language speakers, by elders, knowledge keepers. We came up with this plan to have a player achieve the 7 teachings in Fortnite and thwart the evil presence of a Wendigo, which is associated with greed and colonialism, taking too much and things like that.
We're starting off here. Can you describe what we're seeing right now?
For sure. So right now we are inside Turtle Island, and you spawn at this central village. As you can see, there's an elder over here that's going to direct us to our next steps. It tells me that I need to head east and seek knowledge from the stone. So that's what I'm going to do over here. This is one of the grandfather stones, or a sin, and they act like a Rosetta Stone. They enable you access to the dictionary, where in the next set of challenges, these are the words that are going to be used, and they're padded with English. And again, in the beginning, the challenges are set up so they're a little bit easier with more English, and then as you conquer them and go to the final 7th challenge, there's going to be less and less English and more for you to rely on the Anishinaabe and make sure that you understand it. We brought these people together to tell us and to ensure that culture, tradition, and language was being appreciated. And one of the things, the resounding kind of consensus in the room is that even though Anishinaabe-Moin is spoken widely across parts of Ontario and Manitoba, it's spoken differently. There's dialect in each one of these communities. And to ensure that we're respecting that, in the educator guide, we are actually showcasing some of that dialect from those communities. In a video game, in terms of how a student learns language, and we have to keep it universal so that they don't get confused.
Well, I think it's going to be an awesome opportunity for learning language in a way that the students or the children are engaged in these days. A lot of them are gamers and a lot of them are playing Fortnite. I believe that by incorporating language into a platform that they're already on, they'll learn. They'll learn the words that are being shared. They'll learn the greetings, the different animals that are portrayed, and the teachings especially that are in the game. Well, I think the biggest piece is that they can see their culture, their language in a platform that you normally probably wouldn't see a First Nation language in.
Still ahead, from the weird to the downright kooky, the unexpected dishes some Stampede goers will soon have a chance to taste. That's coming up next.
All right, welcome back. Let's walk you through the 7-day forecast as we get through May long weekend here. And we are sacrificing some of it at the need for rain across southern Manitoba, so we'll take it. 11 degrees Saturday into Sunday, looking at rain moving through into the afternoon hours in the Red River Valley, a bit sooner in western parts of the province. That tapers off into Monday. Then we get into a bit of a dry slot, cooler into Monday at 9 degrees. So not raining all day Monday, but a chance of showers in the morning, and then again in the evening, and maybe a few more scattered showers into the day on Tuesday. And then things warm up from there, up to 18 degrees by Thursday and 21 into Friday. One weather picture from the outskirts of Winnipeg in the arm of Springfield. How about this goose looking out over the yard here? Peg and Bob say this goose comes by a lot. You can send your pictures to talkback@cbc.ca. For many people heading to the Calgary Stampede, part of the experience is the chance to try some of the wild, wacky, and bizarre foods.
A rib-stuffed cookie, Korean poutine, and anything you can imagine deep fried, and worms? Well, a look at that food lineup is our daily lift.
So this is our classic cheese slice, which has been deep fried and battered in a crushed Flamin' Hot Cheetos. And then we've got it topped with our creamy garlic sauce and pickles.
It's one of the stars of the show this year, and it's called the Cheesy Saddle Slice. Just one of 67 new additions you can find on the Calgary Stampede Midway.
Over the top, outrageous, fun, delicious, and wacky.
From giant sushi and ramen donuts to Coke Caesars and Korean barbecue poutine, the 2026 Midway menu is as outrageous as usual.
It's a massive component to the overall event for sure, and especially with the different foods we're seeing out there on the Midway. Again, we're offering a little bit of everything for everyone.
That includes cookies and cream, Korean hot dogs, and Brazilian whipped limeade. There's also a Japanese flavor this year.
We have a giant size Wagyu beef senbei this year, so it's something like we put lots of love inside, for people to share the Japanese street food culture.
And if you like the classics, there's always mini donuts and corn dogs. The Stampede runs July 3rd to 12th. Dan McGarvey, CBC News, Calgary.
And one item with mealworms we saw. Maybe not.
Maybe not that one. The rest, though, the calories don't count.
Exactly. Hope you have some this weekend. Have a wonderful long weekend.
See ya.